Fox News senior judicial analyst, Judge Andrew Napolitano, who's been listening to this. Judge, your thoughts on what the congressman and I were talking about in terms of this spy issue, whether or not the president should be concerned about it?
Well, full disclosure, Congressman Gowdy and I are buddies, and we have discussed this before. I listened to him tonight. He's really the perfect person to talk to about this because he's seen a lot of things that the rest of us have not seen. But the allegations by Mayor Giuliani over the weekend, which would lead us to believe that the Trump people think that the FBI had an undercover agent who inveigled his way into the campaign and was there as a spy on the campaign, seem to be baseless. There's no evidence for that whatsoever.
All right.
But the other allegation about this professor, whose name we're not supposed to mention, talking to people on the periphery of the campaign, that is standard operating procedure in intelligence gathering and in criminal investigations.
All right. But obviously, the president is concerned about the existence of that person. He feels like there was someone spying on the campaign. And, it just goes back to the other question about if that were the case and the president said, I want to know if anybody's working with Russia, why was he not sort of clued in to that? And he talked about that in a tweet over this weekend, too. Should he have been?
In my opinion, yes. But quite frankly, that's a judgment call. Sometimes you don't want to tell people that you are worried about whether or not their organization has been invaded, so to speak, because you don't want that word to get out there and you don't want it to affect
But, Judge, they're claiming that invasion was so deep that it impacted the outcome of the election. That's what James Clapper says.
Yes.
So if that's happening, it's like a crime in progress.
Yes.
Right?
I mean, listen,
So how can you not step in and say, look, you and you are off the campaign. We want to know who you've been talking to. Is it not, stopping a crime in progress?
I understand the president's frustration that he was not informed of the fact that his campaign was being investigated, not because they think the campaign did anything wrong, but some people may have unwittingly, or perhaps wittingly, welcomed the Russian involvement in the campaign, and Donald Trump didn't know about it. Would I have told the candidate? I would have, but I respect the judgment of those who decided not to tell him. Now, look, if they were there for some nefarious reason, the one Giuliani suggested, to gather data from the campaign and pass it to the West Wing and pass it to Mrs. Clinton, I'd want to see evidence of that before I made an allegation that outrageous.
Judge, good to see you as always. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.